Listen carefully, because what I'm about to say is not normal. Something is moving towards you right now, not slowly, fast, too fast to ignore. It's not danger, it's a miracle, and it has your name on it. November 16th isn't just a date, it's a trigger, a switch, the moment destiny wakes up. If you skip even 10 seconds, you will miss the one message that was meant only for the chosen ones. Stay until the end, because the final 30 seconds will hit your spirit so hard, you won't just comment once, you'll comment 10 times without even thinking. And hear this, if you're watching this, your blessing has already started searching for you. Take a breath, because what I'm about to tell you isn't something you hear every day. It's something you feel before you even understand it. And if you've been sensing a shift around you lately, a pressure, a heaviness, a strange silence, there's a reason for it. Something in your life is rearranging itself without your permission. You may not see it yet, but the energy around you has been shifting for days. Something that once felt stuck, blocked, or completely against you is starting to turn around, and it's doing it quietly, secretly, so you don't interfere. That's why certain things felt delayed, why some plans fell apart, why some people pulled away. None of it was punishment, it was preparation. There is a moment in every chosen person's life when the universe stops resisting them and starts assisting them. That moment for you begins now. A force that has been opposing you, emotionally, financially, spiritually, is losing its power. Something that once worked against you is about to flip in your favor with a speed that will shock you. You've been carrying battles nobody saw, smiling through things that broke you, trying to stay strong when your spirit had nothing left to hold on to. And even in those moments when you thought nothing was moving, something actually was. Behind the scenes, behind closed doors, behind conversations you weren't part of. The universe was setting up a reversal long before you realized you needed one. There is a message connected to your blessing, a message that was delayed on purpose. It wasn't time before. You weren't ready before. Your path wasn't aligned before. And sometimes, the universe will hold back what's yours until you become the person who can protect it. That's why certain opportunities slipped, certain people left, certain seasons ended. It wasn't rejection, it was protection. You're entering a period where things will start making sense. The situations that confused you will become clear. The disappointments that crushed you will reveal their purpose. The losses that hurt you will show the blessing they were hiding. You're about to see why God, the universe, destiny, whatever you call it, didn't allow certain things to work out earlier. They weren't meant to succeed then, they're meant to succeed now. You're on the edge of a moment that will change the direction of your life. A moment where what blocked you begins to bless you, where what delayed you begins to accelerate you, where what ignored you begins to choose you. This is not a small shift. This is a full reversal of momentum. You're going to notice it in simple ways first. A random message, a sudden sign, a strange coincidence, an opportunity you didn't expect. And then, everything you prayed for will start lining up, back to back. Not slowly, but suddenly. The energy around you is no longer resisting your growth. It's pushing you into it. You've been in a season where you had to stand alone. You had to rebuild yourself. You had to learn who you are without anyone validating you. And that's exactly why the reversal begins now. You proved you could survive the valley. Now you're being moved to the mountain. You proved you could carry the weight. Now you're being trusted with the reward. Someone out there counted you out. Someone thought you were done. Someone thought you would break, quit, or collapse under pressure, but you didn't. And that's why life is returning everything you lost in a better form, at a better time, with better energy. What once worked against you is about to work for you. And when it hits, it won't be small. It will be something you feel in your chest. You're stepping into a chapter where your value will be recognized, your voice will be heard, and your presence will be felt. You won't have to chase anymore. What's yours will find you. What's meant for you will hold on to you, and what was held back from you will return stronger than before. And before this moment passes, listen clearly. Nothing in your life is happening by accident. Every delay had meaning. Every loss had purpose. Every closed door had direction. You weren't being punished. You were being positioned. If you feel even a small chill right now, type this in the comments. I claim this. Say it once, twice, 10 times. Whatever your spirit wants, because this is the beginning of your unseen reversal. Let me tell you something that most people never realize until it's too late. The biggest blessings don't arrive with noise. They don't knock. They don't announce themselves. They move in silence. And then suddenly, everything changes. And right now, one of those silent shifts is happening for you. There is a door that has been closed to you for a long time, not because you weren't worthy, not because you weren't ready, but because what waited behind it needed to mature, align, and prepare itself before it could meet you. People don't understand that sometimes the universe protects you by delaying access. It wasn't denial, it was timing. You've walked through seasons where you wondered why opportunities passed you by, why people overlooked you, why you were ignored, underestimated, or replaced. But what you didn't know was that during all those moments, your name was still being carried forward. Even when life went silent, your destiny wasn't. There are conversations happening about you right now that you haven't heard yet. Someone is thinking about offering you something. Someone is remembering your value. Someone is realizing they misjudged you. Your name is being spoken in rooms you haven't entered yet, and the energy behind those conversations is shifting in your favor. You've had people doubt you, question you, underestimate you, and even walk away from you, thinking you'd never rise again. They thought you were done, finished, forgotten. But life has a strange way of lifting the very people others try to bury. The universe has a pattern. It opens doors for the ones who kept walking, even when every door seemed locked. This is the part of your journey where the silent door opens, not loudly, not dramatically, quietly, but unmistakably. You won't even notice it at first. It may show up as a message, a chance, a decision someone suddenly makes, a shift in circumstances that seems small, until everything moves because of it. You've been prepared for this moment. Through every challenge, you survived. That season of loneliness, it taught you strength. That season of confusion, it sharpened your clarity. That season of loss, it expanded your capacity to receive. Nothing was wasted. Every moment sculpted you into someone who can handle the blessing that's about to step into your life. There is someone out there, maybe a friend, maybe a stranger, maybe someone from your past, who once doubted you. They didn't believe in your potential. They didn't think you would rise. They didn't see your worth. That same person is about to watch your elevation unfold in real time. Not out of revenge, not out of pride, but because life wants them to witness the glow they tried to dim. You are moving into a chapter where your presence will begin to matter in places you've never been. Your voice will be recognized by people you never expected. You won't have to force anything or chase anything. The path ahead of you is clearing, and doors that once stayed shut will open simply because they can no longer stay closed. You may feel a pull right now, a slight pressure in your spirit, a feeling that something is about to happen. That's alignment. That's preparation. That's the silent door unlocking. And once it opens, the momentum that follows will feel unstoppable. Opportunities that were once out of reach will suddenly feel natural. Connections that were once distant will feel familiar. Dreams that once felt too big will start to feel overdue. This is what happens when destiny finally catches up with you. You're not stepping into a random season. You're stepping into a divinely arranged moment. A moment where your effort meets timing, your faith meets opportunity, your growth meets recognition. This is where your name gains weight. This is where your presence gains power. This is where the silent door becomes the doorway to everything you've been preparing for. And when that door opens, your life will feel different, not overnight, but undeniably. People will look at you differently. They'll sense your shift. They'll feel your rise. And the same ones who once doubted you will have no choice but to acknowledge the glow on your life. Before we move forward, pay attention to how your body responds right now. Because if you feel even a small pull, a small spark, a small chill, that's your intuition telling you the door is already unlocking. If you feel this message in your chest, type this in the comments, open the door. Say it as many times as your spirit wants, because the silent door is opening, and it's opening for you. From this point on, listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you is not random. It's not guesswork, it's alignment. And if you've reached this exact moment, the next part of your journey has already begun. Whether you know it or not, something is trying to reach you. Within the next 7 days, a message is coming, and it will not arrive politely. It will not arrive on your schedule. It will break into your life exactly when the energy around you reaches its peak. This message may come from a person, a platform, a stranger, or a situation you didn't expect, but it will arrive with purpose. This message will change everything: the direction of your choices, the speed of your growth, the path of your destiny. It will carry information that shifts your understanding of where you're going and why certain things in your life had to fall apart before this moment. Don't expect this message to look perfect. Don't expect it to feel comfortable. The energy of breakthroughs rarely looks like a blessing when it first arrives. Sometimes it appears as confusion, sometimes as uncertainty, sometimes even as something small. But beneath it is the exact shift you prayed for. There are things you've been waiting for: answers, clarity, opportunities, direction, and you've had moments where you wondered if life even heard you. But everything you've been waiting on is attached to this message. It's the key that unlocks the next part of your story. This message is going to come when your mind is somewhere else. It might be late at night, early morning, or in a moment when you least expect anything to happen. That's how destiny works. It walks in quietly and then leaves you with a decision that changes your entire timeline. Pay attention to how often the number 7 or the phrase "next 7 days" keeps echoing around you. Pay attention to the subtle shifts in your environment. Pay attention to how your intuition feels right now. The tightness, the readiness, the sense that something is near. That's your internal radar preparing you for what's coming. Every delay you've experienced recently is connected to this moment. Every closed door, every unanswered call, every silent period, all of it was the universe rearranging the timing so that this message arrives at the exact second your energy is aligned to receive it. You are not stepping into a random week. You are stepping into a week of acceleration, spiritually, emotionally, financially, and personally. Everything that felt slow is going to speed up. Everything that felt heavy is going to lift. Everything that felt unclear is going to sharpen. When this message comes, part of you may hesitate. Part of you may question it. Part of you may think, why now? But deep down, somewhere in your chest, you'll know this is what you've been waiting for. Something inside you will recognize the timing instantly. Your life is not standing still. Even when you feel paused, the universe is moving in ways you can't see. And the next 7 days are not an accident. They are designed, calculated, positioned. This message is the turning point that brings everything together. You've been fighting battles silently. You've been carrying weight no one else knows about. You've been asking for a sign that you're not walking alone. This message is that sign, a confirmation that you've been seen, heard, guided, and aligned, even when life felt silent. There is someone whose words, actions, or presence will shift your direction. It may be someone returning, someone new, someone unexpected, or a completely different type of message that appears in your life out of nowhere. It won't matter how it arrives. What matters is what it unlocks. Your spirit already knows something is coming. That restless feeling, that pressure, that sense of standing right before a breakthrough. That's not anxiety, that's recognition. You're sensing the arrival before it appears. And when this message comes, it won't just impact your week, it will impact the next chapter of your life. This is the moment the universe stops whispering and starts speaking directly to you. If your chest feels tight, if your mind feels alert, if your spirit feels awake right now, pay attention. That's how you know this message is meant for you. Before this phase ends, anchor the energy around you. If you feel ready for what's coming, type this in the comments. I'm ready, say it with intention, because the message is already on its way. From this moment forward, something unusual begins. Not scary, not dangerous, but impossible to ignore. You are about to notice a sign that doesn't make sense, a number that repeats, a sound that comes out of nowhere, a moment that feels too specific to be coincidence. This sign might appear when you're alone, when you're scrolling, when you're thinking about something heavy. It might show up on a screen, in a conversation, in a dream, or right when your mind drifts into silence. But when it appears, you will feel it, not in your eyes, in your chest. You've been going through a period where nothing seemed to connect, where things felt random, out of place, or out of order. But what you didn't realize is that the universe has been lining things up for you in the background. And now, the alignment becomes visible. That's why this sign appears. It's the signal that your timeline is shifting. You may notice a specific number repeating over and over. It could be 111, 222, 444, or your birth number. You may hear a name or a word that feels strangely familiar. You may feel a sudden pull to look in a certain direction or check your phone. At the exact second something meaningful appears. This sign is not an accident. Every chosen person receives a moment like this, a moment when the universe breaks pattern long enough to get their attention. This is yours, and the sign that shows up will not be random. It will speak directly to something you've been thinking about, worrying about, or praying for. There is something you've been asking for clarity on, a decision, a person, a direction, a change. You've been waiting for a confirmation that tells you, yes, this is where you're supposed to go. That sign is coming. It's the universe's way of answering the question you haven't said out loud. And when you see it, your body will react before your mind does. You might feel a chill, a spark, a drop in your stomach, a sudden stillness. That physical reaction is how your spirit recognizes truth. It's how destiny communicates when words aren't enough. This is the part where your connection to the unseen becomes stronger. You're not imagining the pull. You're not imagining the timing. You're not imagining the shift in the atmosphere around you. Something is guiding you forward. Something is clearing your path. Something is aligning with your intention. This sign will come when you're not trying to look for anything, when your guard is down, when your mind is relaxed. That's how synchronicity works. It shows up when it knows you'll feel it instead of questioning it. You might see the sign once or repeatedly, but every time you see it, the message will be the same. You're being guided. You're being watched over. You're being moved towards something bigger than you expected. The stranger sign isn't meant to confuse you. It's meant to prepare you. Once it appears, your life will start shifting faster. Opportunities will move closer. The right people will drift toward you. The wrong ones will drift away. Doors you couldn't open before will start unlocking on their own. Everything begins with this sign, and the moment you recognize it, your energy changes. Your mind becomes sharper. Your intuition becomes stronger. Your path becomes clearer. This is where your next miracle anchors itself. If you feel this message in your chest right now, type this in the comments, "Show me the sign." Say it with intention, because the sign is real, and it's already on its way to you. If you have reached this part, something in your life is already shifting. You didn't arrive here by accident, and you didn't stay this long because you were bored. You stayed because your spirit recognized something your mind hasn't caught up to yet. This is the phase where things begin to lift, where burdens start losing their power, and where the weight you've been carrying begins to loosen its grip. And you might not even realize how close you are to walking into the lighter version of yourself. There is a moment in every transformation where you feel like you've been stretched to your limit. You feel like you can't carry one more thing. You feel like the pressure is too much, the silence is too loud, the waiting is too long. And yet, you're still here. You didn't break. You didn't quit. You didn't give up on yourself, even when it felt like everything around you was asking you to. This phase is the confirmation that your resilience was not wasted. The universe does not allow struggle without purpose, delay without meaning, or pressure without preparation. And right now, the weight you thought would crush you is becoming the very proof that you were strong enough to carry what others couldn't. Everything heavy on your shoulders is about to be lifted, not slowly, but suddenly. There is a shift that arrives without warning. One day it hurts, the next day you heal. One day you're confused, the next day clarity arrives out of nowhere. One day the frustration is loud, the next day the path is clear. This is the kind of shift you are stepping into right now. A shift that comes like a surprise blessing, a shift that enters quietly but changes everything loudly. You've carried things no one ever saw. You've stayed strong in moments no one ever praised you for. You've wiped your own tears. You've pushed through pain with no audience, no support, and no applause. And that is exactly why this lifting is different. It's personal. It's divine. It's earned. Your spirit is entering a season where you no longer have to carry what doesn't belong to you. People who drained you will remove themselves. Situations that felt stuck will finally open. Delays will start moving. Doors that stayed shut for years will swing open like they were waiting for this exact moment. Not because you begged for change, but because you became the version of yourself that was ready for it. The weight lifting off you isn't just emotional, it's spiritual, mental, financial, relational, energetic. Every area where you struggled is about to feel lighter. You're stepping into a timeline where the things that drained you lose access to you, where the things that broke you can no longer reach you, and where the things that confused you finally make sense. But here's something important. Before the lifting happens, there is always a sign, a small loss, a small ending, a small shift that feels uncomfortable. At first, you might lose a connection, a plan, an expectation, or a version of yourself you thought you needed. Don't panic when something small falls away. That is your confirmation that something massive is making its way toward you. Sometimes the universe clears space by removing what you thought was essential, only to replace it with what is truly meant for you. And the moment you understand that not every loss is a punishment, but preparation, everything begins to make sense. What is leaving your life right now is not your future. What is entering your life next is the blessing your past was preparing you for. This phase is called the lifting for a reason. It is the rise after the heaviness. It is the breath after the suffocation. It is the clarity after the confusion. And even if you don't see the full picture yet, your soul already feels what your eyes haven't witnessed. You felt a shift coming, a change, a release, a quiet signal that something is aligning. That's not imagination, that's intuition. That's divine timing, whispering that your season of carrying everything alone is ending. You're moving into a chapter where things finally work with you instead of against you, where opportunities chase you instead of you chasing them, where peace returns like it never left, where blessings feel natural instead of stressful. You're not stepping into luck, you're stepping into alignment. And if something inside you has been telling you, "I'm ready, I'm tired, but I'm ready," that is the sign you're stepping into the lifting. Your energy is rising, your confidence is returning, your path is clearing, and your spirit is being restored. Everything heavy on you is about to release. Everything that held you down is about to let go. Everything that made you doubt yourself is about to break off. And when it happens, it will happen all at once. If you've felt this coming, if these words hit your spirit, if you know this lifting is yours, comment, "I trust the shift," because the lifting has already begun. If you made it to this part, pause for a second and realize something. This is not normal. Most people never make it to the end. Most people scroll, skip, or disappear the moment things get intense. But you didn't. You stayed. You kept going. You crossed a threshold most people never reach. And that alone tells me one thing. You're not a viewer. You're a chosen one. There are moments in life where something higher begins to intervene. Moments where the path shifts. Moments where timing suddenly lines up. Moments where you feel like something unseen is guiding you, pushing you, preparing you. If you are still here right now, this is one of those moments. The sixth miracle activates only for those who finish this message, not for those who started it, not for those who liked it, not for those who watched it halfway, only for the ones who stayed until the very end, the ones whose energy matches the frequency of breakthrough. And here it is. Something big is about to happen for you. Not small, not subtle, not symbolic, big. Something that has been delayed for years. Something that felt blocked stuck, lost, or forgotten. Something you prayed for, cried for, waited for, and almost gave up on. It didn't disappear. It's been circling your name, waiting for divine timing. And that timing just found you. A miracle that has been looking for you finally got your location. It's moving toward you faster than anything you've seen before. It's shifting in real time. It's recalibrating every detail of your situation. And the reason it's happening now is simple. Your spirit is ready in a way it wasn't before. But here's the twist. This miracle can only activate if your energy responds. Breakthrough is a participation moment. It requires presence. It requires alignment. It requires you to say yes with your spirit, not just with your mind. If your energy closes, the miracle pauses. But when your energy opens, it rushes in. This is where your role begins. You must call the miracle in. You must signal that you are ready. You must show the universe that you're not watching passively. You're participating actively. Type this in the comments 10 times. Miracle, find me. Not once, not twice. 10 times. Every time you type it, the blessing comes closer. Every time you write it, your frequency rises. Every time you speak it, the path clears. This is not superstition. This is alignment. This is activation. This is you stepping into the timeline that was waiting for your permission. Because the sixth miracle doesn't move through fear. It moves through declaration. It moves through intention. It moves through energy that says, I am ready now, and you are. You may not feel perfect. You may not have everything figured out. You may not feel strong every day. But readiness isn't about perfection. It's about willingness. And you are willing. You made it here. And that alone proves your spirit is open. Pay attention to your life after this moment. Things will shift quickly. People will show their truth. Delays will dissolve. Unexpected messages will arrive. Doors that seemed permanently shut will unlock like they were never closed. November 16th. Remember this date, because it's not just a day, it is your rise. It is the moment your name begins to carry a new frequency. It is the moment your path breaks open. It is the moment the universe turns toward you and says, it's your time now. The sixth miracle has begun moving. Call it in. Align with it. Claim it. Comment it 10 times. Miracle, find me. Your name is rising, and nothing can stop what's coming. The final call arrives for the ones who stayed until the very end. This moment is not random. It's proof that you are a chosen one. The sixth miracle activates only for those whose spirit is aligned enough to receive it. Something big, long delayed, and divinely timed is finally moving toward you. A breakthrough that once felt blocked has now located your name and is rushing into your life with force. This miracle carries the power to shift your path, unlock what was closed, and elevate you into a season you've been prepared for. But activation requires your energy, your participation, your declaration, your readiness. To pull the miracle closer, you must call it in. Repeat the words, miracle, find me, 10 times. Every repetition aligns your spirit and accelerates the blessing. November 16th marks your rise, the moment your destiny opens.